What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chushi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman claims she just got back from the top 5 worst dates or date of her life. Now, as always, no more wasting time. Let's get into it.
Just got back from top 5 worst dates of my life.
Let's hear it.
And yeah, I should have seen it coming. First red flag, he asked me if I wanted to go to Olive Garden. Yeah, I quickly curved that and suggested a place that wasn't Olive Garden. We go to
Wait, what's wrong with Olive Garden? Please explain. Somebody, please. What's wrong with Olive Garden? I'm trying to figure it out.
a food hall that I suggest. And I pick a different food stall than he picks. And he walks away when I stop to order my food. So basically, I have to pay for my own food.
Let's go, City Boys. Let's go.
What are we, 12?
He did that.
I mean, I didn't ask myself on this date, right? You asked me out. At this point, I'm like, there's no salvaging this at all. Like,
Did
you're
you
not
leave?
serious. You're not my type. We're probably talking for an hour and a half.
Oh, you didn't.
Almost 2 hours. I'm like feeling bad about it. I'm like, okay, maybe give him a second chance. Again, it's slim pickings out here. Like reconsidering going on a second date with him at the end of this. Until he gets on the subject of like dating apps and he opens up his Hinge app.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of great options on top picks. So I'm like, see, she's cute. I'm thinking that's like the end of the story. He's like, oh yeah, she is. Grabs his phone from my hands, looks at it, and he's like, what should I say to her?
Effing beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
You're asking your date what you should say to another woman?
Hell yeah.
I say this to say, if you think it's not it, it's not it. Like, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that people will show themselves to you, like,
Yeah.
in small ways before they show themselves in, like, big ways. So
That's a pretty big way to show you. I mean, I don't get what's more obvious than that, than letting you know that he's still dating and he needs more convincing that maybe you're the person he should be focusing on. Back into it.
stop wasting your time, ladies.
Wow. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what's so bad about Olive Garden. I'm still stuck on the Olive Garden thing, man. I felt personally attacked. I don't get why we're talking shit about Olive Garden. Somebody please explain to me what's the problem with Olive Garden. First of all, taking you out on a meal for the first date is a privilege that you should be grateful for in the first place, because like I tell most guys, coffee, a drink, and you get the vibe of whether this person's worth the investment or not. You don't have to sit there and finish a meal with the woman who's absolutely out of her mind. Let's check out a few of these comments here. Maybe somebody will answer the question of what is wrong with Olive Garden. First comment here reads, that wasn't a date, that was an outing. This lady says, and the creator, the actual chick, responds and says, I was led there under false pretenses. Shaking my head. Next comment here from a chick. She has a question. She asked, what's wrong with Olive Garden? I'm trying to figure the same thing out. Oh, we have 368 people who also want to know what's wrong with Olive Garden. Her comment goes on to read, I mean, it's not my favorite restaurant, but as a first-time date, the vibe is good for conversation. Yeah, first world problems. Another comment here from another man says, Olive Garden is fire. I agree, bro. Somebody else responded back to him and says, I agree, LOL. Another comment says, as soon as she said no to Olive Garden, he put this chick in the friend zone. Exclamation mark, he's smart. Yeah, probably so. And he says exactly the F, who doesn't like endless breadsticks and salad, LOL. Apparently this chick doesn't like endless breadsticks and salad. For some reason, I'm hearing her talk. For some reason, I still think he's got an opening, right? He could still get in there and at least secure the cheeks.
No, I'll have a tea actually.
Another comment here says, girl, you should have canceled as soon as he suggested Olive Garden. Another bougie chick here. shooting down Olive Garden. It's crazy shit. If a woman says no to Olive Garden and just any restaurant, just know that you're just starting this whole situation off at the wrong foot. Another comment here from another person responding says, no, your girls got it all wrong. I don't blame this guy. You still think you're the prize. You think your coochie is all a man see. 8 likes. At the point where she's at, and I mean the chick in the video was talking earlier, no disrespect, ma'am. Let's just point the honest truth. You said you have slim pickings, which means that you don't have very many options, or at least the men who you want. Those men don't want you. And if the men you want don't want you, and a lot of women today, modern women, are in this position, that means those men want somebody else. The question is, who is that person? Because that woman, if we're going to give any woman the prize at all, that chick in that case would be considered the prize, right? From a female point of view. Another comment here from another woman says, I would have ordered my food and just went to the house. So you'd have just dipped out on the guy. That's not very nice. Another comment here from another woman says, after he walked away while I was ordering, that would have been the end of me. 189 likes. By the way, guys, I don't support taking a woman out and not paying for the date. I do not support that. I think if you can't afford, right, like that is some cheapskate shit. And it's always the guys who want to say, oh, I have money, I can afford it. I just don't play on dates. I split the bill. You're the male version of the female who doesn't accept male nature for what it is. If you're out with the woman, you gain leverage, control, and you maintain the frame, right? You tap it into her nature by paying for that date. You get more respect. The same way you want women to be submissive and feminine, and you want them to come that way, they want you to come prepared to provide, which is why you don't go to Olive Garden with all the first dates you have, and you're smart with the way you position yourself. There's always some guy who thinks, oh, I'm just going to do 50-50, and if women aren't good with it, then you're going to have problems, because you're going to be trying to convince a woman to do something that's outside of her nature to do. A lot of you guys are no different from some of the women here who you want to drink coffee. You don't really drink coffee. You don't.
I hate coffee. It's so strong.
Next here, another comment from another woman in response to that one says, right, I would have been home eating my little salad. Same chick responded back to her and said, okay, to go bag and all. LOL. And somebody else, she says, exactly, straight to the door. I go with my food and blocked him immediately. Now, with that being said, do women sometimes go on dates with men who they split everything with, and it's 50-50, and you think that's the way the world works? Yes, it happens, and they have those type of problems. You're going to have the type of issues that you have with the woman who you're trying to treat equally when you know her mind does not work that way. Another comment here from another woman says, I like Olive Garden breadsticks and salad. Okay, we got a chick here who's like, hey, why not? Another comment here from another woman says, when you realize you're simple as hell because Olive Garden is your favorite restaurant. And another woman here says, I love being simple as F, then because I'll go to Olive Garden in a heartbeat. Okay, got some sensible women here. Another comment here says, me too, Olive Garden is a decent restaurant to have a meal. First dates should be about getting to know each other. That is true. If a woman cannot meet you to have a coffee, to have a drink, it simply means that she's just not that excited to go out on a date with you. It means that her interest is low, because when a woman truly finds a man attractive, she'll make time to give him time, and it won't matter where it is, as long as she sees that you're deliberate, taking charge, and putting forth effort. You could take her to a park, right, and walk around and get freaking ice cream or some shit. You don't have to go drink alcohol if you don't drink alcohol, but all I'm saying is these high standards go right out the window once the woman has high interest, which is why you should only entertain women who have high interest in you, not the chicks who you have to work hard to try and sell to go out on a date with you. Another comment here from another person in response to the chick who says, I'm a simple woman for loving Olive Garden, says, not simple, but a breath of fresh air to us good men. Another comment here says, you also focused on the restaurant and not the fact that he was on a date app while on a date. Another gentleman says he knew to line up the next one. This was over before it started. Yeah, looks like we've got a lot of comments for this video. Another chick here says, your first red flag is you suggesting, honey, I don't even get in the car if he doesn't tell me we have a reservation somewhere. That, girl, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. These women will be over here talking about, I don't, as unless reservation, getting smashed while his roommate's listening. and there's roaches on the floor.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
But all of a sudden, oh, now you're too fancy for Olive Garden. Don't believe this shit. Another comment here from another woman says, I'm all for having standards, but maybe the brother could only afford Olive Garden. Personally, I would have went just to get to know him. Yo, stating shit's crazy. Olive Garden is now beneath these women. Another comment says, this story made my heart hurt. Oh my God. As always, curious to know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.